comic, your first comic coming up to the stage. Very, very talented, funny man. Very talented with his guitar as well. Please give a warm welcome to Mr. Grant Schinto.
Contrary to what some of you might have thought when you walked in here, I'm not the guy who plays Cousin Eddie in the Vacation movies. I didn't get here on time. I got about 20 minutes later because I had to stop and fill up at the Quick Sack. And I got a special place in my heart for the Quick Sack because, well, Quick Sack is the nickname my wife gave me on our honeymoon. So. I have to take a brief moment to I gotta take care of something, if you just bear with me. This won't take long, and then I'll get on with the rest of the comedy. All right. Just another second. Oh, yeah. There we go. All right. Now that I've been debriefed, we can get started. You know I'm not fashion conscious when I wear red with maroon. Check this out. Alright. Ask Cot what your country can do for you. Ask, what the hell is this guy up to? Alright, I'm going to do some impersonations for you. Now, this is an impersonation of Peter Griffin of Family Guy fame watching a television nature special about birds. Swallow. Titmouse. Thank you very much. Alright, it's another imitation. This is my impersonation of a celebrity appearance on Sesame Street by Adolf Hitler. Alright, if you're with me, alright, Sesame Street, Adolf Hitler. Nine, 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 nine. No, I'm not Hitler anymore. I gotta pee. Yep, it says Bubblegum Shrimp Company. That's how dedicated I am. Here's another imitation. This is my impersonation of the late, great Jackie Gleason as his Ralph Cramden character from The Honeymooners, only instead of a bus driver, Ralph is a heart surgeon. Why aorta? Alright. So, did some guitar teaching for a few years, and that was kind of fun. This kind of thing would usually happen. You get some kid, be like, what do you want to learn? You're like, well, I don't know. I'm like, well, you want to learn like heavy metal? Yeah, I like heavy metal. Okay. You want to learn like Metallica? Oh yeah, I love Metallica. Like, how about like their breakthrough hit, Enter Sandman? And they'll be like, yeah! And I'll be like, I don't know that song. Like, what am I, a walking iPod? Come on, give me a break. That'll be $50. Thank you. You know, lead guitar is overrated. I think the power of being a good musician is you gotta learn chords. You gotta know all the really cool chords, you know? Like, for instance, you stick with the instrument for a while, and you learn stuff like the Austin Powers chord. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Or, and yeah, that actually reminds me of my personal favorite, which I call this the abortion chord. You know, like from 80s soap operas. It's like, didn't you hear? Naomi didn't have the baby. She got an abortion. An abortion! I don't know why my mouth moves like that. I have to do it 3 times or it doesn't work. That's the magic of comedy, the magic 3. You know, the pressure that I can't stand as a guitar player is, you know, I pretty much just play for you know, artistic expression or whatever, personal growth. And if you're ever like sitting in the park strumming away or something, people come up to you like, play me a song, and I'm like, then I just become a deer in the headlights, you know. I'm like, song, okay, well, I don't know about a song, but I could play something that sounds like maybe something from like the original Star Trek series, like when Captain Kirk was fighting that guy dressed as a lizard, you know, it'd be this kind of thing. This is the part where they're rolling around on the ground. Who would have thought this has a bridge, you know? It's like, take us home! Yeah. I haven't been in a band in about 15 years, if you're wondering. How about, like, if, what if the Crypt Keeper had been in Van Halen? Have you seen Junior's graves? Hey, you know why actor Timothy Oliphant is such a great actor? Because an Oliphant never forgets his lines. Yeah, zinger. Hey, you know what movie director is really popular with lumberjacks? Tim Burton! Wow. You guys don't like the corny stuff, huh? Alright. Now, I once saw an interview on television with Sting. And they asked him about his songwriting. And he said, and I quote, "I believe that the songs were already there before I wrote them." Really? I'm like, okay, he must be talking about the songs that he wrote were up here in his head and he just had to harvest them and make them come out or whatever. Because if every song to ever be written was just floating out there somewhere in the, you know, collective consciousness or whatever, there could be some really weird results. You know, for instance, take The Sound of Music. Imagine instead of Julie Andrews singing this melodious tune to a bunch of motherless children in Austria, instead that song didn't surface until maybe, I don't know, 25 years later, when some speed metal band out of San Francisco, maybe this lioness looking gentleman is sitting his guitar one day and he comes up with this little ditty. So far so good. Go! Yeah! Alright, I'll stop. Thank you. Somebody in the back was dancing. I was like, maybe I'll keep doing this, but it'd be kind of self-indulgent. But you know, I'm a big fan of the movie Pulp Fiction. Anybody here? I saw it recently for the 7th time. Yeah, my wife's like, 7 times? Once was enough for her, but the reason I like the movie so much is because the dialogue is just, it's so original, it's so funny and witty. For instance, there's this one scene where John Travolta, he plays Vincent Vega, a hitman, and he takes the local mob boss's wife, played by Uma Thurman, Mia Wallace out to dinner at this really cool 50s style restaurant called Jack Rabbit Slim's. And the waiter says, they order burgers, and the waiter says, "How you like your burger? Bloody as hell or burnt to a crisp?" And I'm like, that's a really cool premise, man. You could have kept going with that one. It'd be like, "How do you like your coffee? Brown crayon dipped in warm water, or a toilet seat becomes a launch pad?" Wow, you're the first crowd not to go, "Oh, I thought he was a clean comic." All right, this is another imitation. This is Peter Griffin of Family Guy watching the History Channel. Titular. That's what they call a callback. Yeah. I'm a real pro. Hey, I don't know if you're like me, but once in a while I get in these ornery moods where if I see somebody walking their Pekingese dog, you know those Pekingese dogs, those little tiny dogs with the eyes that stick out like those funny goldfish you see in the Chinese restaurants, you know? They're like, you know, that kind of thing. I like to walk up behind the person walking that and just start going, you know, because I can usually make it to the B section before they kick me in the crotch. So, it's pretty cool. It's only fair that I warn you that the rest of this set is about 90% totally nerd Star Wars stuff. So if you like Star Wars, you're going to like that. If not, I don't know, drink heavily or something. You know, as some people know this, the voice of Yoda was done by Frank Oz, right? Frank Oz was one of the co-creators with Jim Henson and a couple other guys of the Muppets. And he did the voice of like Fozzie Bear and Bert. And there's probably the most prominent moment for Yoda on screen is in Star Wars Episode 2, Attack of the Clones. Near the end of the movie, he has that climactic showdown with Count Dooku. You know, he's like all walking like an old man, and all of a sudden he drops his cane, he whips out his lightsaber, and he starts bouncing off the walls and all this stuff. And if you get that on DVD from Blockbuster or whatever, and you crank that surround sound up to the fullest level of volume, at one point you will hear Yoda go, "Hi-ya!" It's true. I know these things because I'm a nerd. I proved I was a nerd with the Captain Kirk thing, so, you know, I got cred. I got nerd cred. You know, I think, don't you think there should be a erectile dysfunction drug with the name Tridadril? You know, because at least that sounds like the product, what the product does, you know. But I think that you could rewrite the entire Star Wars saga, episode 1 through 6, and take all the names of the characters and places and things like that and switch them out with contemporary pharmaceutical brand names, and it wouldn't matter at all. It'd be like, you never heard of the Nexium Falcon? That's the ship that made the Paxil run in less than 12 privasecs. Alright, right. Or still not convinced, alright. Then there's that famous scene in the original Star Wars on the Death Star where they blow up that entire planet. It'd be like, Governor Zoloft, I should have expected to find you holding Crestor's leash. I recognized your foul stench when I was brought on board. Charming to the last. Since, Princess Lunesta, you are unwilling to share the whereabouts of this secret hidden rebel base, I've decided to test this station's destructive power on your home planet of Cialis. No! Cialis is peaceful! We have no weapon! You prefer another target? A military target? Then name the system! Dramamine. They're on Dramamine.